technically 240, 240. So you have 240 split 3 times, which is, did I mess it up? Ah, I'm dumb. I made this way harder than it had to be. I'm confused. I'm just gonna start over. Fuck this. Welcome back, guys. We're about a week off from our last video. I've had to spend the last week working on a bunch of audio settings, so if it sounds good, please let me know. If it sounds bad, please let me know anyway. I really would appreciate any feedback on video quality. Just be honest with me. It's okay. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I need to know what I can do to make the video better. So let me know how it sounds, guys. I've literally spent the last week every single day working on this, trying to get it fixed. So just let me know. That being said, we are going to get into the video. I had to run a lot of test footage to try to correct my audio settings, so there is a couple things I want to show you guys that I have done. So you will notice already a couple of changes. We're standing in our storage room right now. Before, a lot of this was all open, so we added a staircase to kind of get up to that level, which should be our power room once I redo all of our wiring for this factory, which is going to be a big project, but that's something for later on. We've added this section here, and this is a nice little window. We can see our transport line for our fuel, and our iron, all that stuff kind of runs underneath there. If we go up these stairs, it's going to lead us into our steel room, which is where we're going to be putting everything today. This room is basically just a big room for us to literally put as much as possible. We can fit the manufacturers in here for our heavy modular frames, so leave them in here. If not, then we'll move them. I just wanted to make sure the room was big enough to put them in here if we had the opportunity to. This thing right here is a limestone deposit, which I may not even use. I just set it up like that for right now so I can see that it's there. And then out front is kind of the last thing that I did. If I run through my copper production here, you can kind of start to see it. If we go out here, there is a couple water pumps, a few water lines kind of running here and there, and then we've added a lot of concrete out here to kind of cover up some of the ground. The main reason for doing this is there is a lot of ore deposits over here that are all here. So I think in total there's about 720 iron per minute that's out here that we're going to have to use to make our steel production today. So we're going to be using a lot of this stuff, and I just want to try to create a system that's at least going to be able to make it look good, create right angles and all that stuff. So we need a foundation to do that. And then I've all covered up a lot of this. I didn't just want to make a flat thing because it wouldn't make sense, because all these are kind of layered. So this is what I came up with. If I decide to change it, I decided to change it. It's not a big deal. I just wanted to show you guys some of the things that we have done over the last couple days. All that being said, we're going to get into the video today and start making some steel. Alrighty, so we're up where we're going to be putting our smelters. This is above the screw production, if you can tell from the resource sinks right there. So the recipe we're going to be using is a solid steel ingot, which is an alternate recipe allowing us to use iron ingots instead of raw iron. And this gives us about 1.5 extra steel production, which will bump our 480 coal that we're bringing in up to about 720, which is going to be very, very important because we need that much steel to make 3 of these run. It's going to be a massive, massive project. So I want to show you guys the split real quick, which I'm going to clean this up a little bit. So we have a 480 line coming in. This splits in half to 240, and then this splits in 3 sections, which go down to 80, 80, and 80, and then lastly it's just a 2 split down to 40, 40, and 40. So that means with this being 6 heads here, I'm going to need 12 of these foundries in total to actually get the full 720 out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and start setting this up. I should hopefully be able to fit everything in if I just stack the splitter lines on top of each other with the coal and the iron ingots coming in. So I'm going to set all this up, get all the splitters set up, and then I'll get you guys an update here in a second. Hey guys, just want to give you a quick update here. So we have like 6x6. I was trying to go all the way down here, but I didn't have enough room, and I was gonna have to go all the way over there and then be getting rid of these and replacing them somewhere else. I have this weird room down here for some other stuff, so I didn't want to do that. I managed to just somehow fit enough splitters in here to get this to work. So I'm still gonna be required to put in 2 more of these towers, like one here and then one at the end here, to get all of it to line up properly. But it should all work, and I even managed to somehow fit this in here perfectly to where it doesn't clip into this weird little structure thing that goes through the center of our factory. So it's all turning out good, and it should all work. I'm gonna lay down the rest of the lines, and at the end of it, it's gonna look stupid. I just want to give you guys a quick update before I just cut to it being completely laid out dumb. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna lay out some more stuff, and I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, so this is what half of its setup looks like, and We're basically just having the bottom layer is going to be probably coal, and it'll go into split into two of these, and then you'll have this up here, which will do the rest. Which this is actually not hooked up. So there's a little things here and there I got to make sure I'm doing. So it's just it's splitting, and it's complicated, and it's dumb, and I hope that you can look at this and your little Satisfactory brain can make sense of it. And if I were to add anything to this game, it would be like a splitter or merger conveyor block thing that's just blank, so you could do this, because too high doesn't allow you to use these. And I could always like just run this down, but I think that looks dumb, and I don't like that, and I'd much rather prefer to use these with the right angle. So it would be really cool if they could just add a little center block that you can add to make these towers work properly, because I don't like how this looks, but it's just what we're going to do to make it look pretty. So we're going to go ahead and finish off the other 8 of these that I have to do, and then I'll get you an update in a second. Alrighty, so we finished up everything that we needed to do. We laid out all the lines, and I immediately forgot something. Oh, look at me. Forgot to place something already. There we go. Now we're finished. I gotta change that to blue, but this is all set up now. It was actually really repeatable. It wasn't really all that hard. We just need to add in the lines to get the stuff up here, and then have it split down, and then it should be all good to run. It's just a matter of getting the power hooked up, getting the merger set up to where you can actually get the stuff out of here. It's 720 split in half, which should be 360, so our 480 lines should have enough to pull this out of here, and then we can move these into our places that we need. A lot of words there. We're gonna change some color on these conveyor belts, and then we're gonna start piping everything up here. I'll get you an update in a second. All right, so we hooked up the line. It's not pretty, but my main focus right now is just on functionality, that we can make it pretty after. So I literally just ran this across the whole floor in here because I don't have anything going on here anyway. So it's 480 to 480 lifter up here, which is going to lift it up the back side of our transfer wall. I'm not going to make it. Oh boy, it was close. All right, so this brings us into here. It's a nice little right angle. Brings us down into our center splitters, which should split all this out the top, which would be great. It's just a matter of getting the iron up here after it's all smelted. This isn't even hooked up at all. I must have forgot about this. So I'll fix that as well. I'm gonna go hook up the coal at the other side of here by our coal plant, and then I'll be back in a second once I have everything hooked up. All right, the coal is flowing in now, which means we should be good everywhere. The main thing, the last thing that I need to check is make sure that we're getting coal to every one of these. So we've already set up the recipes. We have everything hooked up to power. They should be actually able to enter the foundry. It's just a matter of making sure that's going into every single one. So I'm going to run through here and check everything real quick and make sure that all this is good, and then we can move on to our iron ingot production. Oh, that's wrong. Is it going in? Why is there nothing going to this one? It's not hooked up. There you go, and that's why you check things. So I'm going to go ahead and hook those up, and then I'll be back to an update in a little bit. So I went through and double checked everything, and now the coal is stopping, which is a good sign because it means that everything's filled up, but it's a bad sign because it means there's no overflow. Or this down here, which means this is going to fill up and this is going to cause a bunch of problems. So I need to put a resource sink in here and have an overflow line set up to dump all this, because if not, I'm going to have a massive problem. We're going to back this up, we won't get any compacted coal to the other side, and then it's going to be a huge ordeal. So I'm going to hook that up, and then I'll move on to my iron production, and I'll give you guys an update in a little while. Alright, so we ended up hooking up everything, but I was looking at this way this factory's set up already, and I got a problem with it. So the biggest reason that I feel confused is because our smelter room in here, this is technically 240. These are 8 of these smelters, and this is another 8. So this is 240, which is coming from a node nearby, and this is another 240 coming from the node over there. Now the reason that I'm having troubles is because I need to add another 8 to get to the 480 that I need to actually make of this. That's kind of what this was, so I just wanted to cram this back here because I already have an iron node here that I was going to use to make this. But then I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have to do this pretty. I can just jam everything in here. But what is the point of it? What is the point of putting all these smelters in here and just tucking them behind a wall and being like, oh, well, it's not here? They're machines. This is why we build these factories. We need to make a thing for them. So I was looking at a way to do something different. I thought about putting it in this room, and I didn't really like that at first because it just kind of felt like I don't have a plan for this room, which is a big open space yet, so I haven't really thought about putting anything in there. Putting smelters as the first thing seemed a little bit dumb, so if I was going to do that, I would want to make like a feature out of it, and just 8 didn't seem right. So I thought about it, and what we're going to do is we're going to switch this Mark II miner over here and make another 240 or another 480 smelter set here, which is going to be 16 in total. I didn't want to do 16 as a line, so I put this little half divider in here, and we're gonna make another 8 on the bottom and then 8 on the top. And you can kind of see the idea we're going for, and then we'll spruce it up and make it like nice and pretty with these white pillars and the blue across and stuff like that. But that way we can still get our 480 that we need to supply the foundries upstairs, and that one on the other smelter room can just go back to doing nothing until I need to use it for something. But I feel like it's gonna work better for the factory, and plus it's gonna be something like, oh, we're adding in something cool, and I can feel better about a little project that feels better in the factory, looks better, as opposed to just cramming it behind a wall. So I'm going to take some time and try to figure out how to do this exactly and get everything transferred over, and then I'll be back with an update in a little while. All right, so this is what I came up with. I really don't think this is going to be the final product because I'll have to see what it looks like with color and everything set up, but I really... this is going to have to change because I need to run this merger through this wall to have a collection area. I might leave the cover wall there, but at least it's inside will have to go, and I'll have to hook up everything else to make it look like it's running to see what it's actually going to look like, and then I'll have to probably do all the color, make it look the right color as all the other factory parts, and see how that looks, and then I'll have to repeat it up top to see how it's all going to look. But I think that it adds a lot to it. It would be cool to add like frame walls. How does this look? Kind of follow the theme of what's going on the other side. Maybe I can get that to work, make that look nice, but we'll have to see. I'm gonna keep working on it, and I'll see what I can come up with, and I'll show you guys the final product here in a second. We're just taking a quick break from what we're doing at the other factory. I came back here to get some more materials to build everything that I needed, and I just want to say this area looks good. Not so much this definitely needs a facelift and probably a roof and some other things to kind of make it look a little bit better, but our bridge across looks great. This is a jumbled mess, but this looks nice. I like this a lot. This is our manufacturer for our heavy modular frames already. You can kind of see our main factory up there. This looks good. Just want to stop by and admire it for a little bit. All right, so I filled everything in how I think it should look, and it's okay. I kind of like it, kind of don't like it, don't know how to fix it. So we're gonna stick with it. If you can elaborately explain in the comment section how I should fix this, make it look a little bit more presentable, or if you love it, just let me know down below, because I'm a bit divided about it. Part of it looks great, part of it looks like I want to tear the whole thing down. So I don't know. We're gonna leave it like that for now. I'm gonna hook everything up though and get moving on with our steel project. All right, so we have everything running, and this is why you want to pay attention to stuff like this, because with the smoke coming out of here, it looks kind of dumb. Which, like I said, I'm still divided on it. You guys let me know if I should try to redesign this. But we did set everything else up. It is running properly. I believe so. I'll have to check. There's an absolute spaghetti of lines back here now, but it's behind the factory, so it won't matter. And I can always clean it up later. All this is being rushed up to the top now. I did have to redesign how this was, because originally I had the coal on the top and the iron on the bottom, but it was just not going to work out with what I was trying to do. So I cleaned that all up, and this is all set up. All these should be running. They do need repainted. Why is this not exiting? This is full. Did I not set this up right? Oh no, I'm blind. So just little stuff like this here and there. I'm trying to just let this run and get this down the resource sink to make sure that everything is able to run without stopping. As long as I can do that, I'm happy. So I'm gonna let this run for a little bit. This is probably gonna be the end of the episode. I think I'm roughly at like 15 minutes of recording over like 2 different sessions here, so I believe that I'm good. But a little bit of a shorter video because this heavy modular frame project is gonna be a way bigger ordeal than what I thought it was originally. Even making this took me probably a good 4 hours today, and there's still a lot more to do. We still need to make all of the actual constructors to produce all this stuff. We still need to make our heavy encased beams. We still need to do all of our plates and our screws and everything else we're going to need. We need like 3,000 screws to run all this together. So there's a lot more work to be done. If you guys want to follow along as we continue to work, just go ahead and subscribe down below and you'll get a little notification next time I post a video. I should try to post at least once a week, but I'm going to do my best. I do have other responsibilities outside of YouTube, so if you enjoy what I did today, just go ahead and like, comment, let me know down below, and thank you guys for watching.